Cars with your host, Dean Ferris.
Hello and welcome to Bottom Gear. I am your host, Dean Ferris, and today we are joined by three special guests from last week's race. First guest with us today is the unfortunate Rory Rocket, who suffered a near-fatal accident last week. So Rory, I'm sure recovery has been hard. How are you doing now?
Lots of vitamin shakes and Vaseline.
I'm sure you had a
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Clearly you've had a bad accident this season. Let's take a look at this traumatic event. So what was going through your head in those moments leading up to that crash?
Yeah, it's been a long journey. And lots of Vaseline as well.
Surely it takes a lot of courage to drive cars like that professionally. What are some other features of a driver that you think are important? Rory.
Oh, well, seatbelts are an important feature. Eating your veggies is good for just about anybody. Have you eaten your veggies, darling?
I guess I have. Yes. Oh.
Have you eaten your veggies? Have you eaten your veggies? I need to know if y'all have eaten your veggies.
Welcome back to Bottom Gear. Tonight we are joined by two special guests from last week's race. Cup holder Axel McQueen and runner-up Tommy Turbo. So how were you two feeling before the race began?
Well, I had such high hopes going into the race, considering all that, the effort that I had put into the practice sessions.
That effort didn't do anything. I still won. Dean, I imagined myself and thought about myself winning. And I did. That's all you need.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
So, let me get this straight, right? So, you think they're not putting in any effort, any, all the skill that you need, you just don't think that's, worth putting in at all?
That's right. Everything you need is up here.
Let's split you two lovebirds apart, shall we? We can all agree it was a tight race between you and Axel. Let's take a look. By the looks of things, it was a very intense race. Axel, you definitely took the lead at the start. What an amazing beginning.
It's not uncommon, and it makes sense that the star of the race took the leading position, unlike Slowpoke here.
Slowpoke my ass, you got lucky with that start.
Oh, darling, it wasn't luck. It was fate. You're just too slow.
Moving on, what advice would you give to new track racers, or even some kid whose dream it is to go pro one day?
I would definitely say, put in the effort. If you want to get to where you want to be, you have to put in the effort, otherwise you just won't ever make it there.
Effort's a joke. So's commitment. You want to know some real advice? If you can't hack it, just give up. No one wants anyone who can't hack it. Just take us two here. The winner and the not winner, the loser. It didn't take me years and years of training to realise that I wasn't cut out for it.
Hey, I earned my place here. I have trained harder than you ever have. I deserve to be here. You're just here because of your luck and so-called talent. If anything, you're always on the donuts.
What kind of things were going through your head while travelling at 200 miles per hour?
No. The only person who needs real advice is you, Tubby Turbo. Just give up, just retire.
Me? Retiring at 24? I've came all this way. I'm not just gonna give up racing.
Well, I didn't say you had to give up driving. I'm sure that there's an opening to drive, I don't know, a garbage truck? Look, you're still young. For some reason I thought you were a lot older than 24. But there's still time for you to become a rubbish man, because you are a rubbish man.
Hey, you know what? That doesn't sound too bad of an idea, you know, like taking up the trash, you know, sort of like you and...
Crossed the line there, mate.
Crossed the line? I crossed the line.
you need
Oh,
to
okay,
stop.
Crossed the line.
let's try and carry on, shall we?
I love pandas. They're so pretty. The best advice I had was from my mama. She said, always become what you want to be in life, and so I became a race car.
I don't think that helps, buddy.
Yeah, almost won with the race car.
I always think that you gotta treat your car like you treat your woman. Respectful and loving like. Otherwise she gonna let you down in all the possible ways.
Do you mind?
Nah. You know, I always knew going into that race that something weird was gonna happen. And it did. My girl went haywire.
Tell you what, why don't you go and get yourself a milkshake or something?
Yeah, okay, thank you, Rory, for rejoining us. It was a pleasure. I have a few things left over with Axel and Tommy to finish the thank you for joining me on this show tonight. Fortunately, that's all we've had time for today. I'll hopefully see you next time with not so shit guests. So double these awful shows. I'm sorry. Someone better get me a fucking coffee.
I'll hand you over.